Welcome back then. Season 3 of the Sunderland RTG. Last season we stayed up pretty comfortably. This time round though we're going to move up the table and maybe even put on a cheeky cup run. Before we start, if you haven't already, consider dropping a sub down below. It helps out massively. The love and support on this channel has been crazy in its first 2 weeks. But let's not waste any more time. Rolling into season 4 then, and this is how the team is looking. There isn't really too many obvious spots for replacement in this first team. Looking across the front line, Clark, Mara and Jallo all performed really well last season, so it wouldn't make sense to replace any of them. As for the midfield three, Equa really performed and he's kind of cemented his spot as CDM now. Dan Neil was once again really impressive, but I would say that Billing kind of disappointed last season, so you might look at bringing in a new centre mid. As for the back line, I've been impressed with Davis, Ballard and Hume. As for Healy, he's kind of struggled transitioning into the Premier League. As for keepers though, Patterson has been our number one. He'll continue to be our number one. Looking over at the finances then for the season, apparently we have a budget of around about 40 million. The first thing I actually need to do is lock down contracts for all the lads who are still on championship wages so they don't get unhappy during the season. Primarily that includes players like Jack Clark, who is still only on 24k a week in the Prem despite being a crucial first team player. And with new contracts for a lot of the lads in the team, we've been left with around about 29 million to spend. I'm hoping with that money we can bring in a new centre half with a bit more Premier League experience, as well as a centre mid, perhaps an option to swap with Billing. Billing will still absolutely get a lot of game time. I just want someone more mobile to swap in and out with him depending on who we're playing against. And I also plan on loaning Joe Bellingham out for this season. I think he really needs a year of first team football to develop. First two bits of business we did, very easy bits of business really. We signed Daniel Bentley on a free, he's back up for Pado. We also signed Gustav Nielsen on a free. Main reason being I wanted to loan out Lieburn for this season to give him some first team football, and this guy's 6'6". So I spent a lot of time looking over transfer targets for this window. Centre mid option is Alex Scott. He's more of like an attacking midfielder playing in centre mid, which would be a good option for him to rotate between Dan Neil and Philip Billing. He just gives us a little bit more options there. Because we don't have that much to spend, we realistically can't find a first team midfielder and a first team defender for the budget we have, unless one of those signings is a free agent, and that's where Slabhead comes in. And there we go, he's agreed to come up north. We've signed Harry Maguire. I'm not going to be expecting miracles out the lad, but he'll be a solid option at the back for hope for the next 2 years. First departure then of the new season, and it is Timothy Pembele who's off. He was sold to Wolves for 15 million. In terms of departures then, we also said goodbye to Nathan Bishop, who went across to Watford for 900,000. And it took a while, but we finally were able to confirm the signing of Alex Scott from Bournemouth. He joined on a £20 million deal. So I think that's pretty much all of our signings wrapped up then. Pretty quiet window, but we had quite a busy one last year. So it makes sense this time just to consolidate what we've got in our team. We've also got a very young team, very young promising team, so it doesn't make sense to disrupt it too much. In terms of finances then, thanks to the sale of Pembele, we do have about 16 million left to spend, but I am going to bank that until January. We can kind of assess the squad, see how we're going. If we get any injuries, we can then make a decision in January as to who we want to sign then. A quick look over at the loans then. We set up loans for Helge, Mundell, Mayenda, Pearson, Bellingham, Elise and Lieburn. A quick look then at the youth squad before we head into the season. We're cultivating a really good standard of youth player here. Duncan Maxwell appears to be the strongest still, and I've got him on a training plan for inverted winger. This boosts up his shooting primarily. But that is where we're going to wrap up our transfer business. Let's now dive into some highlights of our games in between now and the midway point of the season and see if we can't start making our way up the table. Let's go. First game of these highlights then, and we're down in London for an away game against Fulham. Like Scott now driving from midfield. Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I brought him to do. Slips it in. Daniel could be in. Clark and Neil link up. Not Clark and Neil, Scott and Neil, and it's 1-0 after 5 minutes. What a goal, lads. Patrick Roberts now trying to make something work. The defenders completely left him. Patrick Roberts with a chance to make it 2-0. He's got it. Quiet celebrations there from Paddy against his former club, but what a goal from Roberts that was. 2-0. Soul back in here for Fulham, driving it in the box. He just breezed past our defenders, plays it in the box. Good header, good goal. Oh, not good defending there from Sunderland though. It's 2-1 right before the break here. Not a single highlight from the second half then, as we take all 3 points from Craven Cottage. Next up in these highlights, it's newly promoted West Brom making the trip up to the stadium line. Clark on the wing, gets past the defender. Maybe a foul. Inside to Mara, inside to Scott, inside to Daniel. Daniel one-on-one, chips to keep it. It's in. It's in. Sunderland 1, West Brom 0. West Brom here just don't have an answer for our high press as Daniel wins the ball high up the pitch again. Driving into the box, goes for goal, good shot, 2-0. In the space of 5 minutes, Dan Neil scored twice and we lead here at the stadium line. Alex Scott trying to find some space here for Sunderland. It's opened up here, plays it into Dan Neil. Dan Neil for his hat-trick, goes for goal, he's got it. Into the second half, Dan Neil finds his third, Sunderland's third. All 3 points should be wrapped up now. Good tackle there from Nielsen in the high up press, and Sunderland could be in here. Played now into Dan Neil, surely he can't get a fourth, can he? He can! He just P-rolls it past the keeper. Dan Neil, he's got 4 goals today. What a performance from the lad. There's the final whistle at the Stadium of Light. It ends 4-0 to Sunderland. Next up, it was a midweek game under the lights as we face Arsenal at the Stadium of Light. Trying to get a counter-attack going here. Hume with the overlap now with the ball out wide. Plays it into Mara. Mara fancies a chance. Goes for goal. Good save from Ramsdale. One here for Sunderland from Clark. In towards Harry Maguire. Maguire gets up. Another good save from Ramsdale. Good high pressure, and Clark's got the ball now in a dangerous area. Pulls it back to Mara. Mara now into the box. Finds it back to Billing. Billing goes for goal and he's scored. He hasn't played as much this season, but when he has, he's been very good, and he's opened the scoring here. Arsenal haven't really found a foothold in this game here, but Odegaard's diving down the line, trying to find something in the box. He's just walking through our defense into Wahi. Good save from Patterson. Counter-attack here from Sunderland, and Billing has found it through, and Clark has a lot of open space in front of him. Clark now barreling through on goal. Jack Clark make it 2-0, goes for goal. Oh, what a save from Ramsdale. One here for Sunderland, whipped in towards Harry Maguire, who gets up good and header. Good goal. Harry Maguire gets his first goal for the club. What a header. Arsenal now trying to find a way back into the game. Saka with a cross into the box, in towards Wahi. Good save from Patterson. Arsenal coming forward now into Saka. Saka's 1-on-1, goes for goal. 2-1. 90 minutes gone though. Can Arsenal find a way back into the game? Sunderland need to shut up shop here. Sunderland then happy to see the clock run out and they take a valuable 3 points. Disappointed not to hold on to the clean sheet, but 3 points against Arsenal is always welcome. Next up then, a huge tie in the Carabao Cup quarter final as we welcome Newcastle to Stadium of Light for this midweek game. Sunderland trying to get a counter attack going here. Clark trying to push forward while there's no numbers back for Newcastle. Clark now slipping in, tries to find it into Mara. Mara into Patrick Roberts, who goes for goal. Roberts, it's 1-0. Sunderland have got the lead, but no, oh, he's offside. Newcastle now coming forward. Isaac's front diving towards the ball, trying to find the right pass into Almiron. Good save from Patterson. Patrick Roberts now coming into the box. Plays it back to Alex Scott. Oh, he missed the pass. He's going to play it over to Davis now. Davis with a chance, floats it into the box, in towards Mara with the overhead kick. What a goal! Oh my word, Sekou Mara take a bow. Sunderland lead 1-0 in the Tyne-Way derby. Let's go. From deep now, Sunderland trying to for Mara now. Mara slips it through. Jack Clark's in here. Jack Clark to make it 2-0. He does. He gets it past the keeper. Jack Clark scores, and just after the second half starts, Sunderland double their lead 2-0. Newcastle now coming forward. Barr trying to get past Ballard. He's done it. Ball into the box. It's a deep ball in towards Callum Dole at the back post. He goes for goal. Great block from Hume. High press from Sunderland works here. Clark plays into Mara. Mara's in here. Tries to slip it through. Into Roberts. Surely, yes. Sunderland have their third. Sunderland 3. Newcastle 0. And Sunderland surely now have booked their spot in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Free kick here for Newcastle in the last moments of the game. Isaac goes for goal. It's an easy catch for Patterson, and that's it. Full time at the Stadium of Light, 3-0 to Sunderland. And with that win, we have booked our spot in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Last game of these highlights then, and we are away at the King Power Stadium to face Leicester. Leicester coming forward now. Ball is played into the De Ketelaere. De Ketelaere coming into the box, trying to find the right pass or a shot. Pulls it back to Wisser, goes for goal, and it's 1-0 to Leicester in the first 15 minutes here. Sunderland now coming forward. Jack Clark, often the source of Sunderland attack here. Play it back to Davis. Inside to Scott. Into Ekwa. Ekwa likes a shot from here. Goes for goal. Great shot from Pierre Ekwa. And he repays the manager's faith for sticking with him as he scores to level the game. Alex Scott now working forward for Sunderland. Plays into Jack Clark. Clark will be in here. Clark to make it 2-1, goes for goal. He's gotten past Iverson, I'm not too sure, but Clark has made it 2-1 here to Sunderland. That's now working the ball forward. Cordova turns well into De Ketelaere. De Ketelaere here could be in. Patterson rushes out. Great save from Patterson. One here for Leicester, taken short to Cordova. He floats it into the box, headed towards goal, headed up by Hume. Maguire heads it away, but only as far as Joko. Trying to find space for a shot here. Leicester. Millot in the De Ketelaere goes for goal. 2-2. Leicester have found the equaliser. Disappointing defending there from Sunderland. There's just no one open here. Oh, Sunderland have been dispossessed at the back here. Harry Maguire lost the ball. Too much time thinking about it. Millot now in the De Ketelaere. De Ketelaere goes for goal. It's 3-2 to Leicester. In a matter of minutes, Sunderland went from taking all 3 points to taking nothing home with them today. Awful stuff in the back there from Harry Maguire. 88th minute now. Sunderland trying to find a way through into Mara. Mara's got a lot of green space ahead of him to equalise here. Sekou Mara goes for goal. Oh, what a save from Iverson. And the game ends 3-2 to Leicester. Let's now jump into the midway point of the season. Here we are then at the midway point of the season, and it is looking pretty average, to be honest. Obviously, securing a top half finish would be probably the goal for this season, but I think we could push on a bit more than 10. I really think we should be pushing maybe towards even 7th or 6th. Which, to be honest, we're not that far off. We're only 10 points off second place. The top of the table is really tight, and if we have a good run of games, anything can happen, and we could really propel ourselves up the league. Some quick housekeeping for the middle of the season, Julian Voigt did want to come up from the youth academy and we set him out on loan. Speaking of the youth academy, we do have some players now heading up into the 60s. Onto the squad now. As you can see, development has been going pretty well within the squad. Everyone's starting to eke up a few ratings. As for budget, we have around 21 million, and I'm thinking about using it to bring in a new CDM, as Echo has been struggling and Henderson has been plummeting rating wise. Looking at the loans then, and players are starting to develop nicely. Pearson especially is up to 74. I'm actually going to recall Agi Elise. I don't really think it's going to develop much past the 73, and I think I need the extra funds to bring in the CDM. And just like that, we do end up agreeing a deal to sell Elise. He's heading over to Netherlands to join Feyenoord for 3.4 million. And we've wrapped up our CDM, and I am beyond shocked we were able to get this done for the price we did. He was transfer listed, which means we were able to get him for cheaper than we probably should have been able to. Amadou Onana signs for 21 million. Trying to find the perfect CDM with the right combination of physicality and passing ability, and when I found him, he was the obvious choice. I think with his physicality and coming at 6'4", he allows for Scott and Neil to push forward with more confidence. Quick break in the winter update then. We do have Chelsea here in the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. I was going to play it, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and sim it as we have a 2-0 lead heading into the second leg here. I'll do the tactical sim, and if I need to jump in, I will, but I'm confident we can get through this. Counter-attack here. Mara driving on Glover shots on in. Daniel, go for goal. That's it. 3-0 on aggregate. Surely we're into the final now. Chelsea coming forward trying to find something, but we're really, the AI here is much better than I am at defending, that's for sure. It's half time in the sim. Honestly, I'm just going to jump to result. We have a 3-goal cushion. There's no way we throw it away here. And we do get the win. 2-1 in the final game. 4-1 aggregate. We're going to the Carabao Cup Final. Come on, the lads. And that about wraps up the winter update, but we do have one more piece of action to take care of. We've booked ourselves a spot in the Carabao Cup Final against Wolves. By no means are Wolves going to be an easy challenge today. The way they play, they sit a lot of bodies behind the ball. It's really hard to break down. Reminder that if we do win this match, regardless of league position, we will qualify for the European Conference League next year. Lineup then for today is our strongest one, with Clark, Mara and Jallo leading the line. Midfield trio of Scott, Onana and Dan Neil. Backline of Davis, Ballard, Maguire and Hume. And Pato between the sticks. So let's not waste any more time and get into the game. Big game field today at Wembley, as neither of these sides have had much domestic success recently, so this game means everything to both clubs. Wolves now coming at the box at early start. Wang Yi-chan goes in the box. Great save from Patterson there to deny him. Alex Scott now for Sunderland playing it forward into Dan Neil. Tries to play it through into Jallo. He's got it. Jallo takes a touch. Jallo scores. Sunderland lead after just 16 minutes here in the Carabao Cup Final. What a goal. Wolves coming forward now. Neto with a good touch. Neto going into the box. Goes for goal. Good save from Patterson. Wolves coming forward again. It's a good ball over to Pedro Neto. Neto now trying to go down the line into the box. He's been a problem all day for Sunderland. Neto. You get back to Semedo. Semedo now trying to find the right pass. Defenders just blocked him. Good tackle there. Neto now trying to work something for Wolves. Plays it inside to Guedes. Guedes goes for goal. It's 1-1. It's snuck past Patterson at the near post, and right on the stroke of half time, Wolves have levelled it. And there is half time. It's level at the break. It's been one-way traffic following our early goal, and Wolves just kept knocking on the door. They were bound to find their way through eventually. One change at the half as I'm bringing in Philip Billing for Alex Scott for a bit more physicality in midfield. Wolves now coming forward. Bueno on the left side. Gets past Trey Hume. It's too easy for him. Diving into the box now. Ballard's trying to get across before he can shoot. He goes for a goal. Good save from Patterson. Great tackle there from Onana, and Sunderland could be in here. Sunderland, Ahmed squares it to Philip Billing. It's 2-1. Sunderland take the lead. The high press pays off. They get the ball deep in Wolves territory, and they make it count. It's clinical. It's 2-1 to Sunderland at Wembley. Come on. Wolves coming forward here. It's fallen to Bueno. Quite fortunate there for Wolves. Bueno coming into the box. Integrates. Goes for goal. It's 2-2. Just as we score, Wolves reply, and the game is level again. Belgrade now trying to work something for Wolves. Going into the box. Sunderland just trying to stand them up. Not give away a penalty. Just keep standing up. Bueno's coming into the box. Don't stand off too much. Good saving pass. Philip Billing now trying to play over the top to Jack Clark. Clark's got a lot of space here. Mara is completely free in the middle. It's a good ball. Mara controls. Mara goes for goal. Oh, he puts it wide. How did he miss that? Jack Clark now. He's had a bit of a quiet game, but he's driving forward now. Clark's got a bit of space. He might fancy you. Clark goes for goal. Good shot. Good save. Corner here for Sunderland in the 87th minute. Harry Maguire gets up a chance to win over the bar. And there is full time at Wembley. 2-2. The two teams cannot be separated by 90 minutes of football, so we're heading into extra time. Onana picks up the ball now. Tries to slip it through. Mara could be in here. He's got a lot of space now. Mara trying to find space for the shot. Mara goes in. Mara, he's put it in. He's a torn for that earlier mistake, and I just absolutely accidentally skipped the celebrations. But it's now 3-2 to Sunderland. Still 20 minutes to play though in added time. End of the first half of added extra time, and it is currently 3-2 to Sunderland. This game sits on a knife edge. Sirkin now coming down the line, plays it forward. Nielsen now plays it over to, oh, it's Hume. Hume with a chance. He scored. I wasn't even really paying attention. I didn't think I had a chance there, but it fell to Trey Hume after a pass from Nielsen. It's 4-2. The Carabao Cup is wrapped up. Sunderland have won it, and we're going into Europe. Ekwa now with the ball for Sunderland. He's going to have a shot on goal. It's a good shot. It's an easy save, but that's it. Sunderland win the Carabao Cup. They win 4-2 in added extra time. What a game of football we just watched. And just look at what it means to the Sunderland players. They've been through a lot, this team, over the last 3 years, but they've now won a Carabao Cup for their efforts. Sunderland will hope this is the first trophy of many. Ballard gets ready to lift it for Sunderland. Sunderland are your Carabao Cup champions. Still plenty of work to do in this career mode and even for the rest of this episode, but winning the Carabao Cup is a massive achievement for us. And it of course means European football for next season. Let's go. Confirmation of that result, 4-2 over Wolves. Great stuff there. Let's now jump into some highlights for the rest of the games and see how we're faring at the end of the season. First game of these highlights then, we were at the Bridge to face Ender Maresca's Chelsea team. Sterling now for Chelsea, just trying to burn past Maguire, and he's doing it with pretty much ease. Dan Ballard in the middle now has to do a lot here. Sterling coming into the box, plays it into Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer one-on-one into goal to Chelsea. They lead here 1-0 after 23 minutes. Poor defending there. Eze now trying to work it in the box for Chelsea. Into Sterling, coming into the box, goes for goal. Easy save of Patterson. Let's try and get a quick counter-attack going here. Oh, Paddle. Oh, Paddle, what have you done? We tried to get the quick counter-attack going. We've just rolled it to Broja, who then just lifted it over Paddle. And Neil plays it into Mara. Mara now with a lot to do on the edge of the box, trying to find the right pass. I think it's Scott. Scott goes for a goal off the post. Oh, it's in! I think it's going to find its way in. But right before half-time, Scott has given Sunderland a lifeline here, 2-1. Clark now trying to work some and give it into Scott. Over to Daniel. Daniel trying to find a yard of space. He's dangerous in this area. Daniel goes for a goal off the post. Chelsea's coming forward now. Cole Palmer into Broja. Played back to Barron. Barron now plays it through to Cole Palmer. Palmer now trying to get through. He's giving it into Arnu. In the box, slide in there from Helix, play it back. Oh, it's shocking defending, and Sterling just lifts it into the goal. Chance now for Chelsea as Guerrero picks up the ball, trying to square up the defense. Play it into Broja. Now Patterson comes out and a good save. Full time here at the Bridge, then it ends. Chelsea 3, Sunderland 1. Poor performance from the Black Cats today. An away day to Old Trafford here for Sunderland to face Manchester United next. That's a great ball over the top there. Rashford now could be in. It's a great ball over the top by Taremi. Rashford could be in. Ballard gets across, doesn't get a tackle in, Rashford scores, and after just 10 minutes here, it's 1-0 to Manchester United. Clark does really well there, turns his defender inside out, trying to find space. On his right, he's still going. Jack Clark goes for goal. Great save from the keeper. And then trying to come forward off that Dan Neal interception. Now Clark into Mara. Jallo could be in here. Jallo, he is in. Can he find a shot? He goes for goal. It's in. Jallo scores. Muted celebrations from the former United player here, but we have leveled it at Old Trafford. In the second half now, and Sunderland are trying to counter-attack here. Clark into Mara. Mara driving into the box. He's got some space here. Mara's going to go for goal. Oh, great save from the keeper. And that's going to be all she wrote, though the referee pulls the final whistle, and it is United 1, Sunderland 1. Next up then, it's Crystal Palace making the trip up to the northeast to face Sunderland in this mid-table clash. Palace coming forward early here. Frank now trying to play the right pass. Good defending from Ballard, but he's been dispossessed. Dovka now goes for goal. Good save from Patterson. Crystal Palace now coming forward with Frank. It's playing to Dovbeck. Dovbeck trying to find space into Elise. It was one-on-one. Pass it past Patterson, and that's 1-0 to Crystal Palace after 25 minutes here. Jack Clark now trying to get the better of this man. Jack Clark darting in the box. He's going to play it back to Mara. Mara now the chance to make it 1-1. Oh, it's a poor finish. You have to score there. But Jallo for Sunderland now trying to find something onto his left foot now. Coming into the box, Jallo just taking his time. Tries to play it across to Mara. Well cleared by Crystal Palace. Davis now has a lot of space. He might try to fancy a cracking goal. Leif Davis scores for goal. Good save from Henderson. Frank now trying to find the right pass. Space is open up on the left here for Muniz. Just trying to dive forward into Elise. He slips it through to Dobb. Petson comes out. It's a good save. The chance isn't over yet. Dobke's still got the ball for Crystal Palace. Just trying to stand him up here, not give away a foul. He's gotten past the defence way too easy there, Dobbev. He's running into the box and he's found the back of the net. That is shocking defending there from Sunderland. I actually just couldn't tackle him. I just kept bouncing off him. I have no idea what happened there. On here for Sunderland, Jallo to take in towards Philip Billing. Gets up, good header off the post. Allard trying to keep it alive here. Whips it into the box. In towards Billing. Oh, the save. Oh, it's found its way in. Oh, Philip Billing now with a goal for Sunderland, and we are back in the game. Come on. Barry now for Palace plays it over to Miranda. Miranda tries to get past Hume. He's got a bit of space here. Okay, try and work something in the box. He's going to cut it back. Plays it back to Herrera at the edge of the box to Franca now. Franca's going to go for goal. Good save from Patterson. Not a lot of time here left for Sunderland's Clark. Slips it through to Mara. This could be a chance. Mara one-on-one to equalise. Mara goes for goal. He's found it. Sunderland have equalised in the 88th minute. Sunderland 2. Crystal Palace 2, come on. That game would finish 2-2. Next up, then we're down to face Brighton away from home. Early on here, Duranville's got on past us. He's got on trying to open up on the left-hand side. He's going to play it into Moran. Moran goes for goal. 5 minutes gone. It's a disastrous start for Sunderland here. 1-0 at Brighton. Jack Clark here driving forward. That's some great play into Dan Neil. Dan Neil for an instant response. They've got it. 8 minutes gone and it's already 1-1 here at the Amex. Dan Neil for Sunderland plays it into Jallow. Jallow now has a lot of space on the wing. If he can beat his man, he's just trying to get it to the byline. He can. Plays it into Mara. Mara with a chance. Oh, he's put that wide. Mara. He has been useless the second half of the season. Got a chance for the high press here. Oh, Mara has dispossessed Brighton. Mara now one-on-one. Surely Mara isn't going to miss. Mara one-on-one to make it 2-1. He's done it. The high press from Sunderland pays off, and we're now leading at the Amex. Mara makes up for that earlier miss. Duranville now for Brighton. Of course, Sunderland problems already this game. Into Yao Pedro. Yao Pedro with the shot. We don't close them down quick enough, and it's a barn burner here at the Amex. It's 2-2 now. Dan Neil just driving forward for Sunderland, trying to find the right pass. He's seen the run of Scott. Alex Scott could be in here. Alex Scott to make it 3-2. Steps past the keeper, and he scored. It is Sunderland 3, Brighton 2, and we're not even out of the first half yet. What a game. Clark's done really well here. Clark could get through. He's come back again. He'll try and slip it through to Mara. Mara now could be in. Mara's one-on-one. Goes for goal. Good shot, and it's 4-2. What a game at the Amex. Mara has his second now, well and truly made up for that earlier mistake, and Sunderland have a 2-goal advantage. Brighton coming forward now, they have the numbers advantage. Mendes over to Lamptey. Lamptey on the wing, it's a big ball in. To Jiren. Val's going to touch it down, trying to get some people across to cut him off. He's giving it to Yao Pedro, still can't get the ball off him. Into Delgrade, it's a good shot. I don't know how he didn't get the ball off him. I had so many men just standing around him. They kept just bouncing off him, and it's 4-3 now. There we are then, full time at the Amex, and despite a late push from Brighton, we do hold on to the win today, and we get all 3 points. Into the final game of these highlights then, as we welcome Southampton to the Stadium Light. Patrick Robertson now with a big switch. It's a great ball to Jack Clark, and Clark has the ball in a dangerous position. He's trying to wait for some runners, slipping it through to Philip Billing here. Billing now taking that outside the foot shot. Great save from Basney though. Davis to the corner now in towards Maguire. Maguire gets up. Another good save from Basney. Patrick Robertson now driving forward for Sunderland. He's going to play it into Dan Neil. Dan Neil now coming into the box. Plays it back to Mara. Mara now the chance. Goes for goal. Good shot and a good goal. Sunderland lead here. It's been one-way traffic so far, and they get the lead they deserve. Southampton here trying to find equaliser before half-time. And that coming down the wing and give it into Adai. Adai trying to work it past, which trying to stand him up. He's found a way through. It's a good shot. It's a good goal. More poor defending. I never know what to do there, because if I dive in, it's going to be a penalty. I just got to try and like block him off, and he found a gap. That's awful though. Cirkin now driving forward for Sunderland, trying to find the right pass and slip it through to Patrick Robertson. Patrick Robertson one-on-one. Oh, he used his right foot. It's an easy save for Basnu in the end. Jack Clark now with some good footwork in the middle of the park. Finds it into Billing. Billing now trying to turn, trying to find some space, trying to find a pass, and I think it's a foul, but it's found its way to Mara. Mara now through on goal. 2-1. I wasn't sure how it found its way through, but it did. Mara doesn't miss, and we now lead again at the same light. Sunderland counter-attacking here. Jack Clark plays it into Philip Billing. Philip Billing just waiting for a good run off Mara. He's found it. Mara with a chance for a hat-trick. Sekou Mara to wrap the game up. 3-1 Sunderland. That's all 3 points here. Full time 3-1. Let's now jump into the end of season review. End of the season, and let's take a look at the table after 38 games. And we end up finishing in 8th on 54 points. I think we have to be very happy with that. If you told us at the start of the season you'll win the Carabao Cup and finish in the top half of the table, I would have snapped your hand off. Looking over at the FA Cup, we did go out in the quarterfinals to Aston Villa. Obviously, we all remember how the Carabao Cup finished as well. A quick look then at how the squad developed throughout the season. Jack Clark went up to an 86, and Onana went up to an 82. Both Ahmed Jallow and Sekou Mara also went up to an 82, while Dan Neil went up to an 80, and we also had Patterson, Hume, Ballard, Davis and Scott all reach 80. In terms of goals, Sekou Mara once again was the bagsman, scoring 28 in all competitions. Our two wingers, Jallow and Clark, got 18 and 17 respectively, and Alex Scott bagged 28 goal contributions. He did exactly what we signed him for, which is to be the link between midfield and attack. In terms of contracts, we'll be saying about Yannick Vestergaard at the end of the season. I don't think he played any minutes this season anyway. As for the loans, then the stand-up performer was Lloyd Pierce, going up to a 74. We also promoted a number of youth players, including Hooper, Clark, Hayes, Maxwell and Drake from the youth academy. Speaking of the youth academy, we're still continuing to grow a good crop of young players. But that, I think, about wraps up season 3. Very happy with that season overall, moving into the top half of the Premier League, winning the Carabao Cup, booking in European football for next season. What more could you want? Let me know what players I should look at signing for next season. But once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. The love and support has been insane. I keep saying that, but it's true. If you're new around here, please do consider dropping a sub below. Make sure you like and comment the video. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.